So my community presentation was at West Point Elementary. I presented to 2 different SEM groups. All the students were 6th graders, and these groups are kind of like the accelerated learner groups. So they've been studying body systems in their class, as well as they've split into groups and chosen different diseases or disorders to study. So their teacher was really excited to have me there, and the students were very engaged. So they were a great audience. So the classes went really well. I decided to talk about prevention and risk factors in diseases and disorders. And kind of my idea was to make sure they understood preventable and non-preventable risk factors, and help them know what they can do to prevent those preventable diseases, as well as kind of engender in a general understanding and of diseases, risk factors, so that they have a good idea of what we can control and what we can't control, as well as just how to treat people, they might meet with some of these. So I tried to focus on diseases or disorders that they might meet people with at school. So I did talk a little bit about my own focus population for this semester, which was intellectual disability. So I talked a little bit about risk factors and causes for intellectual disability with them, as well as how to treat other people that they meet with disabilities. And we also spent a good amount of time talking about diabetes, especially type 1 diabetes, because it is one that you see a lot in elementary schools. And being a type 1 diabetic myself, I was able to kind of show them what it's like to live with type 1 and show them my insulin pump and a lot of those things to kind of answer their questions there. So like I said, students were awesome. Both the groups that I presented to had a lot of questions. They were very engaged, and I was impressed at the level at which they understood it. And so it really worked well that they've been talking about body systems, because I was able to touch on a lot of what they've been talking about, and some of them have experience, with some things we talked about, and they were able to touch on that as well. So all in all, it went really well.